Thank you for the opportunity to testify. Representative Colkhorst started her layout of the bill by thanking President Obama for starting the conversation on health care reform, and Texas Impact would like to start our testimony by thanking Representative Colkhorst for the thought and energy that she has put into her consideration of health care and health care finance. We are neutral on House Bill 5. We do have concerns, but we want to be pragmatic and flexible, and we don't want to foreclose any options. We're well aware that healthcare finance is a huge concern for our state and country. Our first concern about the situation with block grants is that we're just suspicious of what happens with block grant funding over time and the possibility that it can be susceptible to precipitous cuts at the federal level, and what we may be setting the state up for in moving to a block grant system for such a big part of our state budget. The second concern that we have is really specific to the language of the compact as it's laid out in the bill. It doesn't put Texas in a very advantageous starting point for our baseline funding, and I understand from talking to Representative Colkhorst's staff that if we were to be in this compact, we'd have an opportunity to redesign how the funding is allocated, but it'd be possible it wouldn't go our way. And so it seems a little bit like we could be signing a blank check. So we have a little bit of nervousness about that. It's true that the FMAP funding is dicey sometimes, but it's more fluid up and down. Block grant funding, once you're in, you're locked in, and if we're locked in at a low level that doesn't really recognize all of Texas's unique needs, then we'll be forever disadvantaged. This isn't the first time Texas has had this conversation. In 1996, when I was working for the comptroller at that time and Senator Hutchison actually worked on a block grant plan when Congress was once again considering Medicaid block grants. It was called the Texas Fair Share Plan, and it was a formula that would have benefited Texas in any allocation of Medicaid block grants. We would just suggest that if Texas is going to move forward with this kind of approach, that we really be sure that we're considering all of the ways that we can maximize our funding under any kind of block grant scenario. Finally, whether or not House Bill 5 moves forward, Texas and the United States clearly do have a sustainability issue with health care funding. We really do appreciate Representative Colkhorst taking leadership on this issue. We would point out that Article 2 is subject to sunset in the next interim, and you guys probably are not super excited to talk about sunset for the next interim when you're in the middle of this session, but we are already thinking that that is maybe a time when you can have some of these conversations, and we look forward to working with the representative and all of you in that time. Thank you.